Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Here's why referrals are a low cost but high reward marketing strategy. You know, I started this podcast laughing because the amount of times that I hear people telling me that they get their clients from word of mouth or from referrals, yet they do nothing to foster the referrals is just hilarious. Okay. So it's not a matter of what it used to be before, because we're past the age where if you built it, they will come. You have to have some sort of promotional program in place. Okay. And at the end of the day, we do know and are fully aware that we are influenced by those that are around us. I think it was Jim Rohn that mentioned that we are the average of the 5 people that we hang around with, which means whatever we are exposed to is what we end up wearing, what we end up watching, what we end up reading. So nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend, and a trusted referral is the holy grail of advertising. So if you are going to be putting content out there, you've identified your market and you've clarified your message, you are going to need to have a fully fledged referral program in place in order for you to have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. But maybe we might have just jumped the gun a little bit there and have not actually fully explained what referral marketing is and what it's not. Because at the end of the day, referral marketing is known to be one of the most trusted marketing approaches applied by both small to large businesses globally. So coaches, consultants, and small business owners have people singing their praises and talking about them at a barbecue somewhere right now, or in a Zoom call, sharing your content, or just outrightly being ambassadors of your work. So this type of marketing really aims at encouraging and increasing the number of new clients through word of mouth referrals, because when you're told something by somebody you trust, that actually transfers the trust that the person already has for whoever is telling them. And this is usually done, usually if you're a coach or consultant, sometimes you want to offer incentives, rewards, or just encourage customers to recommend your business products and services to other people. But you want to be careful about this, because some people don't want, the fact that they're being given an incentive to be shown somewhere on, your website, and that might actually deter people from referring people to you. So we're going to be looking at all of that in this podcast today. But if we're not talking about just referral marketing in this podcast today I want us to take a look at why actually having a referral program is important. Because if you're not measuring anything in your marketing, it's not going to be improved upon. And also, if you have a program in place, it actually helps your customers recommend your products and services with ease, knowing there's a process that you follow. So you need to identify the ways, the channels, and the incentives that you're going to use in order for you to help yourself succeed. All right. So, these days, everybody is on social media. Everybody is on some sort of platform like WhatsApp or Instagram, where they can see what their peers are using, what their peers are wearing, and what their peers are reading. All right. So, how can you, as a business owner or marketing team, capture more sales and growth in this day and age, of social media? And where people share information with one another, so you can fuel the growth of your business. All right, so let's maybe look at what you're doing right now within your marketing. You're probably advertising on Facebook, you're probably advertising on Google, you're probably advertising on LinkedIn, and you are measuring your advertising success. Okay. Now, the reason to spend money on advertising is to get new clients, and that's a given, or to make new sales from old clients. And why then do we allow ourselves to be sold on impressions? Okay. Do we measure how many times people have seen our ad and put that as a KPI, even if it doesn't result in sales? Even if 1,000 or 100,000 people see your offer, yet no one buys, it makes no difference how many people have actually seen it. And the same goes with referral marketing. Even if people are talking about you at a barbecue and they don't end up turning up at your doorstep for you to help them with solve the problems that you solve, then obviously whatever referral marketing that you refer to is not working. The only measure of success of any advertising or strategy ought to be sales, new clients, or a boost in your income. Something that directly demonstrates the effectiveness of that strategy. All right. I've got a question for you. Do you actually know how much it costs you to get a client? I'm not talking how much you pay per day for your advertising. I'm not talking about how much it costs you to pay your sales team. I'm asking what the actual cost per client is, because you will be surprised. A lot of people don't know this number, and they wouldn't know how much they're willing to buy customers. Because if you know how much it costs you to get customers, wouldn't you be able, or wouldn't you be willing to put in as much in order to get more of the customers that you're after? So for you to correctly measure the success of any advertising or marketing strategy, we must calculate the cost of advertising per client or per customer or per patient, depending on your profession. Simply, you want to divide the advertising expense for the month by the number of new clients or sales or whatever income that would have come in your business. So you want to do this for the past year or the past month in order for you to get a clear picture of the baseline cost per client. So let's say you spent $1,000 in the previous month on your marketing, and then you got 10 clients. That means your client acquisition cost is $100 per client. So if you are clever, you would go in and say, next month, if I'm going to want 20 clients, you just increase your ad spend to maybe $2,000, and eventually, if your math worked out well, you'll be able to get 20 clients from that. Okay. And then there's something that we call sticker shock. All right. So if you use the wrong measure of your advertising or marketing strategy success, it can lead to what we call sticker shock. And when it's not about the impressions or pieces distributed, but about new clients, suddenly even very cheap advertising or cheap promotion becomes very expensive when it doesn't end or result in any people making a purchase from you. The thing to do is make your promotion more effective and not less, spend less on any advertising. Now, this sticker shock is where you're getting customers that, yes, they might do the first thing that you ask of them, but they don't buy the rest of your products. And one of the things that we are doing when we're putting adverts out there as coaches, consultants, and small business owners is we're actually attracting our competitors who are just um, sticking their nose into our business. All right, you have to really understand who your absolute customer is, and when you do know who your absolute customer is, then you will know that if you put money at the top of the funnel, those people are definitely going to convert when they come up at the bottom end of the funnel. So if the cost per client is down, you will have more customers. All right. Now, the point then that I'm trying to put across is to bring the cost per new client down when bringing in more clients than ever. All right. And the fastest ways to do this is to spend a little bit of money on your referral program. The reason why we say this is if you've already attracted the right kind of people with the right kind of pain, all you got to do is make them help you find similar people to them. All right. That now makes it super, super easy for people to actually start working with you. You reach out to the ideal customer and then incentivize that ideal customer to bring their friends, their relatives, because you can understand and you would know that those people are willing and able to make purchases from you. All right. But obviously, it doesn't come without its own problems. There's a problem with referral programs, so to speak, and I'll be telling you how to do it well. Because when your customers refer clients to you, it's only because they have confidence in the work that you're doing. They actually feel that by lending or sharing or exposing themselves and your expertise to a friend, they're letting let's say they're letting them in on what chiropractor or what car repair shop or which shop, or which consultant or which coach, they can be opinion leaders or influencers to their friends. So some of them are just happy with your service that you've provided, that they actually just want to pay you back. And, that's where reciprocity comes into play. And neither of these impulses include them wanting to get something, all right, from you. They just want to give something back. All right. So you want to be careful when you're creating your referral programs. Maybe some people just don't want an incentive, because when we do referral programs that, are published on our websites, where we're telling people that you get a reward for referrals, it actually confuses the giving something and getting something that your client is going through. Your client just wants to reciprocate. All right. They've already received from you whatever value that you're giving to them. They don't want to receive anything as an incentive on top. So you want to be careful how you approach this, because those people who would those people who would refer because they're happy with your service may be put off by a published referral program, thinking that their friends may actually then see it and wonder if that's the reason why they were referred to you. And that's why the influencer marketing space is falling on its face, because people are reading through the whole, oh my God, look at this, software that I'm using. Look at this gel that I'm putting in my head, when people are, advertising for the competitor again in 3 posts down the line. See, I saw an influencer who was advocating for Grant's toothpaste, and just down the line they were talking about Colgate toothpaste. That then is a conflict of interest. Which side are you? Are you just referring these products because somebody's paying he's paying you for the referral program? Okay, so some people don't want that. You want to check which customers of yours are actually okay with the incentives of referring people. Okay, and a better program is to send maybe each person who refers a client a personal thank you note, signed by you, the owner of the business. And this may actually be accomplished by maybe sending them flowers or a bottle of wine, or what we do for our business. If you refer clients to us, we might ask you if you're a whiskey drinker or wine drinker, and then we send you from our Amazon account, whatever it is of your choice. Or we can ask you if you have a book in your what do you call this, in your Amazon wish list that you are longing to buy. We can actually buy that for you as a thank you for a referral. So in essence, it's just a nice way to thank your people instead of having it written in the fine print of your website, which just puts people off. All right. So if you acknowledge that people are always going to want to refer their friends and family to you, and if you acknowledge people for the behavior that you actually want, you are likely to see more of that behavior. It's like dealing with kids. If you continuously praise things that you don't want, you're gonna get more of the same thing from your from the kids. But if you praise the type of behavior that you like, your customers will feel obligated to do more of that activity that you are acknowledging them for. All right. And if just do the above. Try not to publish that you have a referral mechanism, and whenever you get customers coming to you, ask them how they heard of your business. And when you know who the person is, just reach out to them and acknowledge them, for having sent people your way. All right. And the reason why you actually need a referral program, and the benefits it actually has, is, like I said earlier on, we are past the age where if you built it, they will come. You have to have some sort of a promotion program in place, and help people to find you. All right, in order for them to help their friends solve problems that they might be facing. All right. So there was a study by Nielsen that revealed that approximately 92% of consumers from various markets are more inclined to believe people who are in their own circles. Yes, you can advertise and have all the impressions that you might have, but maybe those people are not going to buy from you, because people buy from those that they know, like, and trust. And this is because people and trust are less likely to mislead you. So peer-to-peer marketing is now a very valid and leading driver behind 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions that are happening out there in the marketplace. So you don't want to be missing out and thinking that people are referring your work without actual moving them forward, or actually acknowledging it when it happens. Because all the time you want to be building relationships and a community around your work, and you want to be building loyalty and eventually ambassadors, people that are going to be sneezing and spreading your idea virus, and a community that can support themselves from a mile away that they are dealing with you then. All right. So in any case, there's also 96% of people that are already discussing brands online. And even if they don't follow those brands, or they don't even follow the pages, but they're talking online, which means most business word of mouth isn't coming from your personal social media accounts, but it's coming from others. So you want to be able to listen in as to when it's actually happening, or when people are talking about your brand. There are tools that you can use for online listening or online reputation management. Okay, one thing that us as business people, coaches, and consultants do not realize is that referrals actually remind customers why they choose to purchase from your company. Every time somebody stands for your business, in their mind, they are strengthening the validation that, yes, you are a good service provider. When a customer refers a friend or their close colleague or a family member to a certain product or service, they're actually explaining the reasons and the benefits why purchasing from your business is the best option. And we all know that the more you repeat certain things in your head, it actually creates a validation that what you're doing and what you're saying is absolutely correct. Okay, so you want to arm your customers with the right kind of information so that they can educate others along the way. So this is where content actually comes into play, because if somebody is talking about you in a boardroom, you want to give them enough ammunition through blogs, articles, podcasts, that they are making the right decision when they're referring you or becoming an advocate of your work. Okay, so if you're putting content out there, it actually allows customers to scout for potential clients while giving them reasons why they should be, participating in whatever, solution solving you're doing. All right. And you also need to be able to identify and create these customer advocates within your business, because there are always people that when you receive a new customer, you hear that they were the person that referred. You always have 20% of your customers that refer 80% of your referral, traffic. So customer referrals may either be awarded or rewarded depending on the number of people that they have sent across to you. All right. So this means that your business actually considers your customers' efforts as meaningful and worth something. People will always, support a wall that they helped to build. So allow people to have empower people to have the power to actually speak your praises and give them the ammunition to do so. All right. Like I said, people would help you build this company, because it's, wherever we are, our customers are seeking for belonging. They're seeking for connection. They're seeking for status. So if the work that you do makes somebody look good, if they refer you, so let's say, like I did the last time we were sitting at a dinner, and my sister-in-law was going to go into the market so she could buy a house. I referred from my network a real estate agent. I referred from my network a conveyancer, and I referred from my network a mortgage broker. So all these three individuals got this piece of business just simply because it made me look good to feel connected to people in higher places. All right. So your customers want to feel like they're contributing or doing something. Allow them and empower them to have the freedom to refer you. Okay. So, do you want to give your customers more reasons to thank them? Because customers who work, with a referral team feel like they're actually contributing to your team's success. So you want to share their enthusiasm and thank them for their efforts for those referrals. All right. So let's say you've got Instagram, or you've got some sort of platform that you can talk about them, just boost their self-esteem, because a lot of people are just doing it for status. So if you reward them for their efforts, they will most likely continue supporting you and referring more and continuing to buy from you too. So now you see why I'm saying and why I laughed at the start of this podcast, because a lot of people think that they're actually, doing a lot of referral marketing while they're not incentivizing those that are actually bringing them that referral traffic. All right. And one thing is, maybe people speak it in this way because there's a marketing or there's a business psychology around thinking that referrals show that your business is performing well. All right. But if I'm a digital marketer, I know that if somebody says, we get our clients through word of mouth, it's just an ego boost for them. They're actually not getting any business coming their way. All right. Because it's easier to refer someone to a good organization that offers quality products and services than one that has got bad customer care. All right. So the fact that customers can speak well of your business to somebody and encourage them to become new clients shows that your business is good and reputable. All right. So you want to make sure that you have created an environment that people are confident in your service provision. That will then foster, a community around what it is that you're doing, and people would not be embarrassed to talk about you at a barbecue. All right. And once you have all of these referrals coming in, like I mentioned, the more somebody refers your business, they're actually strengthening the reasons why they're working with you, which definitely then improves your customer retention. All right. Because customers who take part in referral programs, or people that are, have sold themselves on your business, they're definitely obligated to stay, because they don't want to renege or turn back on their word of what it is that they've already said yes to. All right. So from a marketing perspective, engaging new customers, are usually it's usually more costly compared to actually retaining your existing customers. So it costs a lot more money for you to get new customers than for you to sell more things and create more relationships with your current customers. Okay. And one thing, once somebody is staying within your business and you've retained them, referral clients become more valuable to a business. Right? Because customers who have been referred to your business have already formed a positive attitude towards your company. They have already transferred whatever trust they have from the person who's referring them to. And they've already been informed maybe about the benefits that come with choosing your work, or they have seen for themselves that your coaching or your consulting has given results to their loved one. All right. So this actually makes it easy, and people that have been referred to you will have expectations, because the referring person would have told them, oh, it took me 6 months, it took me 3 months to actually get SEO results, and they already can manage their own expectations. All right. Because when you're referred to somebody, there's already a trust factor there, and these clients have an average longer lifetime value than somebody who has come through maybe ads and people that you're looking at through advertising and stuff like that. So it actually helps that you create a separate funnel for your business to truly maximize your return of investment on your referred customers. And once somebody has been referred to you, they have to go through a really extensive onboarding process, because they're already sold on your business. You don't need to sell them. You just really need to make sure that they are happy with the decision that they have made. Okay. And once people are talking about your business, it just increases customer engagement around your services and your products. Because if you've got a properly formulated referral marketing system, it actually provides your business with a strong online presence. You now have people that are talking about your business 24/7. You now have ambassadors, and for lack of a better term, you now have sneezers that are spreading your ideas. Okay. This is because a lot of many referred clients want to learn more about that organization, and the easiest way for them to do this is either through your social media pages or your website. And then that increases or lowers the bounce rate, and the amount of time that people are actually spending on your website, which is actually one of the KPIs that Google has in order for them to rank your website, etc. And once people are sold on your ideas, you always have repeat purchases, and once you have repeat purchases, that creates recurring income. You're no longer just a one-click wonder. You're actually getting people that are buying from you more and more and more. All right. So at the end of the day, you just really want to make sure that when sales are running low, look at your customers. All right. I know it can be hard to ask for the sale, but asking for referral may be an easy thing, because look at your customers that are doing well and say, hey, listen, this is how we get our business. So if you help us, then we'll be able to provide you with more incentives. All right. So at the end of the day, don't just think people are sitting on their computers doing word of mouth, clicking away, sharing your stuff. Incentivize them, ask them, and just create the energy around that, because referral programs work. Studies, like I've mentioned in this podcast, have proven that people will twice as likely consider product recommendations that they've been given by somebody that they already trust. And this marketing strategy has been used by different organizations. Even Jesus had referrals. He had 12 of his ambassadors that would go further than him, and then they would prepare the people about his coming, so that when he comes, he just shows up at a mountain and he starts speaking, because people already had ideas of who he was and what he was going to preach. And all he would go up and show up to people is, who do you say I am? So at the end of the day, it's not once you build it, they will come. It's about having that foundation and the tools to help you bridge these gaps. I can't wait to see your marketing flourish and you creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And like I said earlier on, referrals are really low cost, but they are high reward. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au.